Hello friends, in the series on income tax cases, today we will discuss an issue that if an education institutes claim exemption under section 10, subsection 23C clause iiiab and the source of income of that educational institution is interest which is on the fixed deposits which have been done from the government grants received by the institution, and that interest constitutes more than 50% of the gross receipts, then whether in that case it will be treated as substantially financed by the government. This issue has been taken up by Pune ITIT SMC bench in the case of Institute Management Committee of Government ITI-PATE versus Income Tax Officer. This case is reported in 121 ITR Tribunal at page number 76 short notes, and the date of the judgment is 10th January 2025. The present case relates to the assessment year 22-23. In the present case, the assessee is an educational institute and the assessee claimed exemption under section 10(23)(c) clause iiiab. During the previous year relevant to the assessment year 22-23, the assessee has received interest on the fixed deposits which have been done from the grant received by the assessee in the previous years, that is previous year 8-9 to 2011-12. There was no doubt in the fact that the interest received on these fixed deposits was more than 50% of the gross receipts of the assessee. The CPC disallowed the exemption to the assessee on the ground that the assessee is not substantially financed by the government, so the CPC denied the exemption to the assessee. When the assessee filed the appeal before the CIT appeal, the CIT appeal said that the assessee is not registered as a university by the University Grant Commission, and it was the viewpoint of the CIT appeal that the assessee failed to receive any government grant during the year. So the CIT appeal was of the view that since the assessee is not substantially financed by the government, so he denied the exemption to the assessee. The assessee filed the appeal before the tribunal, and when tribunal examined the matter, the tribunal said that in the present case, the assessee has received the government grants of rupees 2.5 crore from during the period 2008-9 to 2011-12, and out of those government grants, the assessee has made FDRs in the scheduled banks, and on those FDRs, the assessee has received interest during the year, and which was more than 50% of the gross receipts of the assessee. So it was the viewpoint of the tribunal that the assessee fulfills the condition of financing substantially by the central government, so the assessee is eligible to claim exemption under section 10(23)(c) clause iiiab. The tribunal said that in the present case, the main object of the educational institution is to improve the standard of vocational training. The tribunal said that the present educational institute is under the public-private partnership model, and the interest has been received on the FDRs which have been done with the scheduled banks, and the interest earned has been utilized for the objects of the educational society. The tribunal was of the further view that the assessee was substantially financed by the central government and fulfills the condition under section 10(23)(c) clause iiiab, because the interest portion on the FDR which have been done from the government grants received will constitute substantially financed by the central government, because that interest itself constitute more than 50% of the government grant. Friends, this case is very important because it may happen that the assessee has not received the government grants during the year, but if the assessee is receiving the interest on the FDRs which have been done out of the funds which have been received from the government grant, so that part will also constitute the government grant. At the end of this video, once again I am repeating the name of the case. The name of the case is Institute Management Committee of Government ITI Paith versus Income Tax Officer, and this case is reported in 121 ITR Tribunal, short note 76, and the matter has been decided by Pune ITIT SMC bench on 10th January 2025. Thank you, friends.